Welcome to my journey through the Bible. This will be a summary of 2 Kings chapter 21, verses 1 through 26. Manasseh was 12 years old when he began to reign as king, and he reigned for 55 years in Jerusalem. Now, Manasseh had done all that was evil in the sight of the Lord. He followed after the abominations of the heathen nations around them, the ones which God had destroyed before the children of Israel. Now he built back the high places. He rebuilt the altar for Baal, which his father had destroyed. He made graven images. He worshiped them. He worshiped all the host underneath the heavens. He had caused his sons to pass through the fire. He absorbed times, enchantments, and dealt with familiar spirits and wizards. He did so much evil that he provoked the Lord to anger. He had set up graven images, even that he had made in the Lord's house. And the Lord said that David and his son Solomon, they were chosen out of all the tribes of Israel, that the Lord would put his name in Jerusalem. I will not make the feet of Israel to move from place to place any longer, but only if they do according to my laws, which Moses had given the children of Israel. But if they will not listen to the commandments, then they would be given over to their enemies. And they did not listen to these laws. Manasseh had persuade them to do even more evil than the nations which the Lord had driven out before the children of Israel. The Lord had spoke through his prophet that because of Manasseh, the king of Judah, has done all of these abominations, and he has done wickedly above all of the Ammonites that they had did, that he had made Judah to sin in serving these idols. The God of Israel will bring evil upon Jerusalem and Judah. Whoever hears it will be a tingle in their ears. He said, I will stretch my hands over Jerusalem and plunder the house of Ahab. I will wipe Jerusalem like a man wipes a dish and turns it upside down. I will forsake the remnant of the inheritance and deliver them into the hands of their enemies, because they have done evil in the sight of the Lord. They have provoked the Lord to anger. And since the day that their fathers came out of Egypt, they have began to sin. Now Manasseh had spread innocent blood from one end of Jerusalem to the other end, and this was besides all the other sins that he made Judah to do. Now the rest of the acts of Manasseh are written down in the chronicles of the king of Judah, and he was buried in the garden in his own house. And Amah was reigned in his place. Amah was 22 years old when he began to reign, and he followed in the footsteps of his father. He did evil in the sight of God. He had began to worship the idols and caused Jerusalem to worship them as well. And he had forsaken the laws of the Lord God, and he did not walk in the ways of the Lord. Now his servants had conspired against Amah and had killed him, and he killed the king. They killed the king in his own house. Now the people of the land also killed the people that conspired against the king, and they made his son to reign in his place. Now all the acts of Amos were written down in the books of the chronicles of the king of Judah, and he was buried in the garden with his father. May God be with you in everything and every way.